loud. I need to change my settings. I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-looking-good dating simulator. Alright, we can't have it too loud, because my thing is terrible. New game. VC Costa. Alright guys, let's get into it. We're gonna be playing the KFC dating sim today. I will be narrating. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You can stay in the moment forever. Or you can wake up. Now! 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 Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Let's try that again. Smack that clock, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at this prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wonder. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You buzz through your morning checklist. Teeth equals brushed. Hair equals combs. Pits equals deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, shut the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. It's so beautiful. I wish this was real. I wish... Yeah. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, VC Costa. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I'm... Because I sure am. Excited? A little nervous? Okay. A lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together, and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear... Wait... Quicksand box? Anyway, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. She pep talked her, would change the subject to give her some relief. Pep talker. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I can call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk of Miriam, you can feel her nervousness begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there. Chicken shins. You leave East Coast shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. That's wrong. My shins are broken. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's Ashley, but she had to add an extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van? You rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you know them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe the University Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now? Or maybe hire us on... or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing a heart against the window directly next to it. Oh.
Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick.
I love you.
I think you mean thank you?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like him also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm VC Costa. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me? Or is he kinda cute?
I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class, adorable. Now. Wait. Now, everyone. Quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in a culinary class?
You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is a professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew what anyone could be so handsome? Time stood still.
It's him. It's...
If it isn't my favorite student, Harlan's. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow.
You go to bed at all?
No. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong.
And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot.
Maybe we should open that window back up before faucet pits melt into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that.
You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what's with all your really weird insults? Who is this?
Besides, when VC Costa sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. No.
You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Special Colonel Sanders in it. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There'll be tears, there'll be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys. Sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're in the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Chicken snack? You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well. I think there might be some competition for new star students. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Ew. No, I don't want that. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, VC Costa, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. I can't switch up on my day ones. I gotta sit by Miriam. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say that, but now that Mira mentions it, the Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you settle into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast! It's time for a pop quiz. Yay! A quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprising short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to... feather? That's right. What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Okay, a comically oversized fork would be not efficient because it would be too unwieldy to... A spork has dual uses versus just a fork. Any fork, like any spork, is better than a fork. So therefore, a spork, because 2 to 1, a spork. That's right. I'm a genius. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything, as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? That's right. Perfect score, 5 out of 5, bro. That's like most colleges will accept that. That's fire. Wow. Be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching your tally score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, VC Costa. You just scored up some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh.
Lunch.
She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented. But were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you. You begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. But my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes go wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transport you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. That's just a terrible idea. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for flavor, Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. You shouldn't learn to be fun. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Blank, wow. You've never guessed that. We got the Epstein files in the KFC dating scene. This is fire. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing at the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Okay, Griffith. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, VC Costa. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step inside, you step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they can need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature. Adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you. But unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders? I switched up on my day 1, no! Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is, me and you if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Aww.
Sure, VC Costa. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, bop, bzzz. Oh my, 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like I have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price I have to pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask me, Miriam, as partner? Let's go with... I hate clankers, so we're going with Pop. Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam.
I'm a chef.
He holds a banana and, without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you. Really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you 2. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? What? Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does anyone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business. Wait, no. Sanders' heart is my business. And you better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did someone call for me?
Ugh, no, jeez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing BC Coast's dream, you're supposed to be taking care of our classroom. That was the deal, remember?
Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van Van? Are you working in a quartet instead of duet now?
Actually, no. It looked like BC Costa was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, the fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that's positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Nothing about it makes any sense. But one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley's really going in hard. You need to ask for some backup here. Things are ugly. Turn to Miriam? Okay, let's go. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girlfriend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over.
Is somebody threatening my friends? I will destroy them!
She thinks that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving.
Leaving you in the dust. Vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you were sorely mistaken.
Miriam, your loyal friend, but BC Coast is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but it's nowhere to be found. Gone are those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach and grab and hold of it. But he doesn't immediately let it go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Van Van, do something, do something!
Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, BC Costa. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I have potato face?
Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hands.
Mashed potato with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality. Braised tentacles of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe, forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That is now. It is I who have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed. Maybe I've turned to the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Papa's mouth. Papa winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class is gathered to watch Papa's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. That's fire, that's great. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry I had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today, before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, aww, in a way that you find inspiring. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders. Yes, VC Costa. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you. Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff, and be the star of the story. Are you forgetting that you're cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The sport monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster. See? Is he rhyming on purpose or was that just coincidence? Before you could discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go into attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage? It just got real. The attack's really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on attack. If they spit hot gravy at you, you take 1 damage. Attack again. You decide to go into attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love. Just 1 damage, let's go. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster's really feeling threatened by your attack. The Spook Monster focused their mashed mind and draws the energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation? You hold your head between your hands and mutter, this is not happening, this is not happening. Spook Monster's no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go to attack once again. Ooh! Spork Monster used
utility utensil. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack. You decide to go with attack. Cook with love. Does 1 damage. It's oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, the support monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You mentioned tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is a living creature with a pure soul, who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name that I've ever signed it is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from a battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you were tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders for some reason. Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process this wild visions you have. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell about her encounter with Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Pop. Like him. Like? I know, it sounds like he's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class. He's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. You know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he's only 3? What? Is that sure? Not only that, but he found a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it's best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cookie School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. You sure you did? You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implications that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks in to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wondering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. That if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals.
I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about, it was Eye of Newt? I know. Sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you satisfied her curiosity and should move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you quite can't see. That's probably not good. Before you could ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossoms, petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at the school? Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You were so struck by the sight of it that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beauty you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, VC Coast are just really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Well, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why do you make like a bee and mine your own wax, honey? Anyway? Stop acting immature. You immediately address the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes... What does that word mean? Panak? I never heard of this word. What is this? A flamboyant, stylish, and confident manner, often with a grand or showy flair. Alright. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You definitely get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. Oh, it's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork Monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. The book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing, hee hee.
Before you could dig it any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clanker. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch how you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazy men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over for me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bashes her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena. At least, well, don't. Honestly, what do I care? I'm
got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I could help you with your business plan. Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of the favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was the chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, VC Costa. Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A dog biscuit? Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his own culinary talents perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. No! What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire classroom looks in horror as you fall unconscious from embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The spork monster? Borko? What are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? A shimmering pepper? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. Oh god. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend. Ooh. This guy, again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death. Ooh. Oh wait, and fulfill your destiny. Ooh. All you must do is. I was saying to fulfill your destiny. All you must do is. Sorry, I think I still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. The pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. Now it's gone forever. Oops. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared. Be a time competitive cook-off. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your grumption, VC Costa. I'll be watching your performance. Just as you reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sports court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me in case anyone was wondering. I hope this message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I would defeat you myself. Okay, Ashley. You had this chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1. And you're feeling like you really impressed him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What? 100 Celsius. That's right. But how would you know? How would you have gone to the school without knowing that? When I used to rub my furry belly, let that entice you off and motivate you. You're going to need the seasoned chicken before you could cook it. You don't know what Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly. We have an idea. 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Skill wagging intensifies it. Now you got some basic steps going. It's time to elevate your craft. Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger, faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where did it come from? The shoulder of Orion, the small time where you did. That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Oh woo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What does it sound like success? Sizzling? Fudge! Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, VC Costa. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing that he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders, no, step out of it! You're stranded on desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Should we focus on the challenge? You're falling behind. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Whoop, whoop. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer as you chew the crowd grasp.
Yikes.
Bzzz, no, Clink. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing that personal touch. Where you might not have any hands, but VC Costa does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's the easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. VC Costa, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quick spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of VC Costa's injury. You see, Sprinkles began to lick his doggy chops as he lost into the dish. But I suppose you should tell us at least what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask VC Costa to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you don't mind lending me your strength, steady hands. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougats, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places his sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash as they fall off your face, which means people have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out, by the way. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was compassionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules could be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie, my wool-clipped beard, and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now. But it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that when I was going to the mount to something, no amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changed his focus, you could see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yeah! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the Sporkbuster? Borgo? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore. But I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borgo. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always this work monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. So one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me. I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the line, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there were some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, BC co-star. I'm sure we could defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we could discuss. A personal invite? You can imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? They've got him right where you want him. Should reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Well, he gave me a secret earlier, right? So I think it's only fair. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you could take yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. This is so yaoi coated, dog. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I could admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you could look closer at. Each item sees to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Think for a moment. What number is born to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Could chicken be prepared? Sashimi style? Tap on the item to discover more about the colonel. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from a goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who make their own face to the logo of a company they founded, am I right? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? Tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looked a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They had fried chicken drumsticks and appeared to be cheersing him. Okay. There's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item. Okay. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When we wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ash of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. You know, it's a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. You're loved. A little note clips the chicken's foot, reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Okay. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69. Alright, bro. No, it's one of those secreted recipe ingredients. It's... Okay. Tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain ridge. Where am I? Where am I that there's an elite university, a private house with overlooking a lake and a mountain? Where could I possibly be? Am I in California? No. Where am I, dog? Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out to the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I've never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window crack. You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hangers and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in a sense. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. It's a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until you ask why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually learn this out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. No! No, I'm 0 to 3 right now. I was rejected by a girl in my college last semester. I asked out a girl over Instagram. She left me unseen, and now Colonel Sanders too. I can't keep losing like this. I can't. Leave me alone, Mom. Let me be a stupid chud. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, VC Costa. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. Foreshadowing. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today's the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Epstein file, but white. In some jurisdictions, Epstein file but white isn't even legal. What if the recipe is a secret? How will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. It's a simple breakfast I whipped up. It's meticulous. Oh, that looks delicious. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could it be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. So one more day of school after all. University Cooking School. Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting there for you? Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Whoa. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, But now that it turns out you're fine, I could finally get you up to speed on that saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I could believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I could get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's what people did. What is that? And now, I'm not really sure where we said. Wait, is a shush house an actual thing? Oh. It's a restaurant in Pittsburgh. Okay, whatever. Sushi? Chinese food? Anyway. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened with emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a tree.
You could get your swirly dripped too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own side? Wait, was that like an innuendo? Anyway, because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, VC Costa, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, you sense that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for their first day of school? VC Costa. Oh wait, final day of school. VC Costa. How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Are you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, for your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, VC Costa.
I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as you walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, VC Costa. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad at some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who'd spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane castings.
Cast only in case of extreme emergency.
This is around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone. I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like, anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger.
Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. Ruff, ruff! I want you all to know I feel something doggone coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. We have some old homework to give him as a snack. You reach into your backpack to grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles a sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it's some cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, VC Costa, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting on a lecture series on the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, VC Costa, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room.
I told you, save it for after class.
But I miss you.
We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here?
Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam.
Every time I blink, you go away again.
That's a really cute thing to say, Miriam. What happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in.
What? Oh, so what you meant by shush house?
Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you.
Too hurt to go on arguing? Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room? Nothing like a loud public breakout to cast a pall all over the final day of school? Well, that was, unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam trademarked. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay? I'm so mad, I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor.
Whoa, wasting food?
How could he embarrass me like that, in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of aggression is such a silly boy.
I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test, and hit the carpool lane to Success City.
Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Okay, that sounds so yaoi coded, bro. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, if you know what I mean. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank, or anyone else, me today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who wouldn't settle for the someone, or wouldn't settle for your word. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it. While you're prep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head up to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, VC Coast's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months making this dish, comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. VC Costa, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You do usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time you put your cooking above your romantic desires, but the decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay. You got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's so specific. That's an oddly specific dish. That's what I said. But you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie from just the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of tough love care. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles laid down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You said that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usually over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glasses and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe are fried chicken. Oh, reserved? I don't know. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, it's getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it love-tastes through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Bastard Blaster. Vanman flexes his pectorals as he chops open his sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We must have let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frankly prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Nah, do it the hard way, don't cheat. Who needs magic when you got passion?
Borko believed in me, I believe in me. I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, VC Costa. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, VC Costa. Since we were little kids. Because I'm your best friend. Forever. You turn to notice that Miriam's at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient.
However, she doesn't know that you lied and this ingredient was made up. No!
The white lie turned into a terrible red herring.
And where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up to a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had a day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills are really impressive. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Sporking Monster noticed that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossing magical items and accidentally subbing me, huh? Heh. Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pod back in the old country. You can visit the spork monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You know how exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch in the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that in monster school. I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and when I woke up, he tossed a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hints. Never mind. I'll see you later. Good luck. Never give up. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. I could do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, BC Costa, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me. Shut up. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupt my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds are preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know, without this power, you could do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful. So while you were powering up, the chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear VC Costa. We have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Pressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All I've managed to do is make mac and cheese, and time is up, so we're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders won't test. What happened to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you ever laid your eyes on. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. Well, time expired. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clink? From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying!
It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess. Van has something to do with this. When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure.
You kids and your pranks, I must say. If it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in it's so microscopic, bro. What? My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki spy float in its itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that he picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, VC Costa, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg, custard in an axe-spoon urchin shell, topped with caviar. Did you skirt one type of urchin with spines for a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leaves in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He has to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkle goes all in tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keepeth poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Idiot. Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount them pleasantly. This is the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to desert his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk to get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, VC Costa? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. Oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I want to be judged on eating, I should go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This is the last time you've heard of me, either. This class gets much smaller. I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else.
He examined it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life? I've never tasted anything so deliciously and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious. In fact, everyone passes the class. Hey, let's go! You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive. Even Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There's supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could it be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment. To get their groove on. Yeah, let's go. Let's get lit. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says that you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Who taught this dog in the first place? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. Now that everyone's together, it's the Spork Monster! He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking. And you know what? She's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? I think I know who. Oh. Hi, Pop. It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the red carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed direct to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And now we got a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Suchenbuch.
Miriam, will you be my lady king?
What an incredible turn of events, and offered to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. He'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny food to meticulously sculpt, and the wash get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze.
Okie doke.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Okay, so real quick, Pop took rejection very well. Like, he gets rejected by a baddie, that is Miriam, and he's like,
okay.
Pop's my man. Like, top 10 character, better than Bakugo from MHA. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I could reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What?
I actually feel like I knew it the whole time.
Now that I've learned the ways of her kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates.
Just like the first day I met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken.
This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken, and man, why not remind people to go outside and buy my chicken? The ends? Question mark? That was... No, it's not the end. Oh, it's not? As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. VC Costa? What are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me? What are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100 franchise is up and running, be ready to take a day off. I'd be so glad to spend it together with you, VC Costa. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. Who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be endure sharing with him his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear VC Costa, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. This was so peak. Oh, KFC presents. I love this, bro. A PSYOP Productions? A PSYOP? What kind of PSYOP? That was such a peak game. I played this game multiple times. It's so good. I hope you guys enjoyed my voiceover and my terrible audio. I enjoyed playing it again. So yeah. Goodbye.